This week, Street Racers comes to you from the entertainment capital of the world. Yes, we're here in Vegas to witness the biggest payday in esports racing history. 30 drivers will go head-to-head to get their share of a prize pool of $1 million. This is the Visa Vegas eRace. All of our FE drivers are in town to take on 10 qualifiers who battled through 4 virtual tracks to earn their place at the top table. Each of those has now been allocated an FE team to represent. Last week we revealed the Vegas course they'll be facing, but it's always helpful to get a feel for the real thing. We're driving on the start-finish line and I'm joined by Nelson PK Jr. Nelson, you're very familiar with Las Vegas, but what will it be like racing this e-race style?
Amazing. Vegas is always good for anything, all kinds of events, and you know, we've been racing all around the world, everywhere. So racing in Vegas and this beautiful venue over here in the middle of the desert would be another amazing location we should come.
I suppose for the gamers and the drivers, no one knew the track this time round.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's fair for the gamers and for the drivers, you know, to being a brand new track for everybody, because otherwise, for either side, it wouldn't be very cool.
Just coming past the Statue of Liberty there. There she is.
New York.
Yeah, a bit of New York.
Soon we're going to be in Paris.
It's great, we're travelling the world. I suppose the landmarks will help you learn the track, won't they?
Maybe. What corner are you? I'm at the Bellagio.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a lot of oversteer over there and in and out.
Yeah,
we're going to call the corners by the hotels. I'm sure that's going to be the case.
Okay, so talk me through, when you're driving this in the virtual world, would you be able to get some speed up down here?
I'm sure. I mean, the strip over here obviously is very long.
Coming up to Caesar's Palace now. This is quite an epic hotel.
That is where my dad won his first championship.
Who do you think will have the edge? Will it be the drivers or the gamers?
I would say the gamers. I mean, I would be surprised if any of us is close to the front. I mean, maybe a couple of drivers, if they have a lot of gaming experience, maybe they're going to be at best scenario top 5. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Do you have one of the simulator seats at home and stuff?
I do. I do have a simulator in my living room in front of my TV, which my girlfriend didn't like very much when I brought it into the living room.
I'm sure. Now this is interesting. We're coming into the valet parking of the Luxor, and this is actually part of the race. It might be quite tight here, jostling for positions.
I'm sure simulating the race is much easier to do. I think in real world they would have a bit of it would be a bit of a struggle to put a race to go through the hotel over here. But at least they're being creative and doing something fun for our sim race. Okay, 2 corners to go. So we're here in the last corner, which is going to be the most hectic one if you're leading the race. And seems like a big, quick corner, big left-hander, wide. And here we are, start-finish line.
And what do you reckon to that track then?
It's a pretty exciting track. A lot of twisty corners, high-speed corners, a bit of everything over here. And the most impressive is going through hotels and under bridges and the beautiful view. I mean, I can't wait to race it.
You're lucky. We could have made you do carpool karaoke.
What's that?
Oh, have you not seen it?
I don't sing.
Oh, man.
I hate my voice. I hate my voice.
We won't make him sing.
No. I'll strip naked in a strip club, anything, but I won't sing.
Okay, we've got that on camera. He will strip naked, but he won't sing. So that's the course, but just how do you compare the difference between real and virtual racing? Well, to get a steer on the answer, DS Virgin Racing Sam Bird has teamed up with the sim driver who finished top in qualifying.
So Sam, have you done much gaming while you're racing or before your career started?
To be honest, Graham, not so much gaming. I mean, I've done a lot of simulation with my work in Formula 1 and other series. We're very heavy on simulation now at DS Virgin, but gaming, not so much, since I was maybe 12, 13, playing Gran Turismo on my PS2. So we've played a little bit of Outrun. Can games like that help you, or is it very, very basic and it's just for fun?
Any sort of game in its own way can keep you sharp, even like what we're doing at the minute. You know, it's kind of keeping you sharp. I'm doing very badly, but it just keeps your head in the game. You're always active, and I think that kind of side of it will help.
If you've got any tips, let me know. Let's go over to the Sims and see if we can learn anything. This is actually where I used to train back when I was doing GP2 and F1. Can I adjust the brake bias? 53 on the brake bias instead of 56. Graham, what should I be looking for then in terms of driving a quick lap on a game?
I don't attack as much on the sim. I just take a couple of steps back and just make sure it's ultra smooth. The whole sort of qualification process like we've done in the last couple of months, the road to Vegas, it's all been street track, so it's really just survival, you know? If you can make it to the end, you're going to do well. Back in the day, like your day, Sam, most other racing drivers these days, they all started in karting. Can you see in the future sim racing leading on to motorsport?
I don't see why not. You know, the world is changing. This is a new-ish concept. You know, simulators and gaming is getting better and bigger all the time. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yes.
Oh.
We'll leave it there. Let's see how you fare when we go to the all singing, all dancing sim. T-Bow?
Is it?
There we are. Right, should we get cracked on? This morning we've given Graham his first proper laps on our DS racing simulator.
It's definitely different compared to what I'm used to at home. He had to drag me off of the thing earlier on.
Graham, how did you find the last few days?
The Wholesome one was pretty awesome, and this is a different level, but even just sort of your apexes at home, I just move my eyes. Here I'm looking right to the apex kind of thing.
Has this experience helped you, and will it help you in Vegas?
I think it will. Anything behind the wheel, working with yourself and all your experiences is definitely going to push me on and help me a lot for Vegas.
Now, Graham Carroll is certainly one to watch as we head into qualifying. And just to give you a heads up, basically there are 10 seats guaranteed for the fastest drivers here, and the fastest 5 will battle it out for Super Pole. Then the remaining 20 will go again for the final 10 spots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Sands Expo Center and the 2017 Consumer Electronics Show. Welcome to the Visa Vegas eRace. We are moments away from kicking off the action live. We brought in some of the best drivers from around the world.
Qualifying would take place similar to a real Formula E race. Out in qualifying Group 1 was Patrick Holtzman for the ACT team, as the drivers were separated into 5 groups of 6. Nick Heidfeld made a mistake for Mahindra, but it was Holtzman who was quickest. In qualifying Group 2, Oliver Turvey was out for Next EV TCR. Enzo Benito was looking impressive. David Greco, the quickest of anyone for the Renault team. Qualifying Group 3 saw Nelson Piquet clout the barriers. That cost him an awful lot of time. There was also a little bit of traffic for the Jaguar sim racing driver Gregor Hutu, but it was Bono Huis who was quickest of anyone. Qualifying Group 4 saw Antonio Felix da Costa out for the MS Amlin Andretti team, focusing hard, but it was a very impressive run from Felix Rosenqvist, the real-life driver, to be quickest of anyone, with Graham Carroll also making it through to Super Pole. Into the final qualifying group, and there was debris everywhere as Marcin Khoa clouted the barriers, losing his front wing. Alexius Iaccola, though, was the quickest man, and he booked a place in the Super Pole for Andretti. So only one real racing driver in the top 5 Super Pole. That was Felix Rosenqvist for Mahindra. Bono Huis was the man to beat. First out was Graham Carroll, the sim racer driving for the DS Virgin team, put in a strong lap. He does do some real racing as well. David Greco, another man to have sampled real race cars. The sim racer was looking strong for the Renault team. Ran a little bit wide at the final corner though and clouted the barriers. That cost him time. Next up, the Finn, Alexius Iaccola. It was a reasonable performance as his teammate Robin Fraintz watched on, but he too made a mistake at the final corner. Next up, Felix Rosenqvist, the only real racing driver still in the Super Pole session. He was throwing the car around, came across the line to take provisional pole position. Only one man could stop him. Bono Huis, the young Dutchman, was inch perfect coming out of the final corner, and he, to the delight of his teammates, took pole position for the Visa Vegas e-race. Felix Rosenqvist would start alongside him on the front row. The rest of the top 10 made up by sim racers.
Well, I'm here with the guys who are going to be 1-2 on the grid. Let's start with you. You've got 25 grand in the bank. Must feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, not bad, is it? Yeah, great start to the weekend. It was so insane, this qualifying. It was so much pressure for one lap, and then I saw Felix's lap time was already pretty good, so I knew that I had to do a really good lap and nailed it.
Felix, how did it feel? Because you were shaking when you came off that sim.
It's so intense. I'm here for the win. Unfortunately, didn't get that 25 grand, but maybe we can make some deal in the casino later.
Yeah. Well, well done, guys. Best of luck, and let's see how you get on in the final round. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's set up beautifully with sim specialist Bono Huis on pole alongside Mahindra's Felix Rosenvist, the best placed of our FE drivers on the front row. We'll see how they get on a little later, but first it's time for some of our other drivers to do a bit of last-minute shopping at the world's biggest technology convention. We're here at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, where there's more tech than you can shake a selfie stick at. Now, we found out that it was Sam Bird's birthday this month, and he turned 30, and we all missed it. And we feel a little bit bad about this because we didn't get him a present. So we thought this was an ideal place to find him something that he probably doesn't have. Now, it's so big, we're gonna have to tag team it, guys, okay? So Oliver and Maro, you go off that way, and you guys go off that way, and we'll see what we can find.
Careful, coming through. This thing is great. How long does the battery last?
It's like 25 to 30 kilometers.
25 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
What's the price?
$370.
Mara? We need one of these. Hi. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys today?
Good, good.
You guys want to have a go?
You have to be close to the walls.
Whoa.
What happened?
I crashed it.
Oh no! Was this an idea for a present for Sam?
It's a good present, but you need a bit more space.
Can he dance?
Yes, of course.
Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Look at them go! Look at Oliver. He doesn't look that comfortable at this point.
Not at all.
I think the helmets look great. The helmets is the key.
That's what it is, yeah.
Matching helmets.
Yeah, yeah, he's got the look right. I just don't know if he's that comfortable. Way!
Good boy.
Well, guys, I think that you're the clear winners. I love the segways.
Yeah, it's a great gift. I think he's going to love it.
I agree.
Definitely. It's perfect for him.
I don't know what the other guys were getting up to, though. Oh, my.
What is it?
What? Guys, what's this?
No chance, we won. He's gonna love it.
If you follow Sam on social media, you know that is a big runner fan. Sam, you like it?
Right, we're deciding. We're going with the Segway. So who's copping up then? Who's paying?
Those guys.
About what?
The Segways, are you paying?
What? Oh, look.
You guys said you were paying. Maro? No? Guys? Great. Gotta give him the shoe now. Time now for a quick break before the final places on the starting grid are decided. Find out the complete lineup when we return. Believe it or not, we didn't just pop to Italy to film this link. No, we're actually inside the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas, where a piece of history is about to be made. The biggest payout in esports racing ever. Yes, that's right, 30 drivers will be battling it out for their share of $1 million in the Visa Vegas eRace. We already know the top 10 qualifiers, but who will be joining them? Well, that's about to be decided.
On pole position is Jose Maria Lopez in the DS Virgin car. Antonio Felix da Costa and Robin Freinz are behind for Andretti. And the race gets underway. Who is it who's going to make the best start as they hurtle down towards the first corner? Very neat and tidy. It looks pretty much line astern for the top four, but this braking zone down into the hairpin right-hander of three. There's a crash at the back by the looks of things as they get onto the brakes.
Back there, Jack.
But it's Jose Maria Lopez who holds the lead. Still in second place is da Costa. When you're in this situation, now the back end goes for Freinz. He just about manages to keep it.
It's getting a bit messy already, isn't it? They're starting to, there we go, there's some more contact.
Oh, and they've come together again, and Martin Quar is sent spinning, facing backwards on the Brooklyn Bridge. He'll try and get it round. Maro Engel, the German driver for Venturi. We go on board with him, looking to the inside, back end snaps away, and he hits him. We might be going 3 wide down into turn 3.
Eyes closed moment coming up.
Oh, and lock up, too deep goes Mitch Evans, and that allows Sam Bird through, but then they hit each other. It's Antonio Felix da Costa, who is leading the way in this qualification race. This is how he did it.
Here we're going to see this pass for the lead into turn 5 there. Is he going to... Left the door open, didn't he?
Yeah, that was super late on the brakes. Victory for Antonio Felix da Costa. The Portuguese racer wins the qualification race. He qualifies along with Jose Maria Lopez, Robin French, Nelson Piquet, Sam Bird, Mitch Evans, Sebastian Buemi, Lucas de Grassi, Daniel Abt, and Loic Duval.
So we know the full lineup, the winner taking home a cool $200,000. But if this event seems futuristic, then what about a four-wheeled future with no drivers at all? The really big news at this year's CES was, without a doubt, autonomous cars and inbuilt artificial intelligence.
The overall goal with these types of vehicles is to eliminate traffic fatalities. So in order to do that, there are so many incredible technologies that prevent any sort of danger and any sort of collision.
We start at the sensing level. So that you think of your human driver uses their eyes and ears. Well, in the same way, the car uses cameras and LiDAR and radar in order to make sense of the world around it. Once we have an idea of the world around us, then we have to do what's called decision making. You turn the steering wheel, you step on the gas, you step on the brake. Now, to a cynic that would say, I'm never going to give up my right to drive, I say I agree with it. I love to drive. There are certain situations, however, where I will be more than willing to give it up.
There's a lot of times I'm sitting on traffic or driving down the freeway and it'd be like, you know what, this would be really nice if my car could just drive itself. And I do think as far as autonomous cars are concerned, I think most people are going to be in that same situation where they're still going to want to drive the vehicle, and then there's going to be moments when it's like, you know what, take over.
So I always say it's important to remember that with these new technologies, it's not a light switch. It's not like suddenly one day we go from one experience into a wholesale new experience. It's incremental and step by step, and people seem to adapt pretty readily.
Guardian mode is an option. So if you're driving manually, Guardian mode can kick in and actually prevent any sort of danger from occurring.
The other thing that I would say is that, you know, my parents are getting to an age where I'm not really comfortable with them being out driving, and so this is the perfect solution for them. They can maintain their freedom and their mobility and still be safe.
Back here in the Venetian, you could cut the tension with a knife. With so much money at stake, a 1 in 20 chance of winning. Who will have Lady Luck on their side? We'll have to find out. Drivers, start your sims. It's now the climax of the Visa Vegas eRace.
We're live from CES. This is the Vegas eRace, the biggest race in esports history.
There's nothing like adding a big prize fund to add pressure, and it's going to be who copes best with that. Is it going to be the pro drivers or the sim drivers? That to me is going to be fascinating.
Let's take a look at the grid one more time before this race kicks off.
The drivers to keep an eye out on there: Sebastian Buemi, Lucas de Grassi, Nelson Piquet, Sam Bird. I mean, I could just say them all because they're all massive names in the world of motor racing. But Antonio Felix da Costa won the qualification race, so he is going to start 11th. But up at the front, Bono Huis, the man on pole position, the 22-year-old from Maastricht in the Netherlands. He is up against our pro racer, the only pro racer in that top 10, Felix Rosenqvist for Mahindra. There go the green lights, and away goes Bono Huis. Hurtling down towards the first corner, he gets the best start. Alongside him as they come down towards the first turn is Felix Rosenqvist, going to be close enough to make a move. There comes a look up the inside from the Andretti car. They all squeeze through just about safely by the looks of things, but it's Bono Huis who has sprinted clear. Up at the front now, Olli Pakala it was who was trying to make the move further back in the field for about 4th position. Still Felix Rosenqvist is having to go defensive, and still he is just about holding on to that 2nd position. He's under an awful lot of pressure though, and it is Alexiusi Jakala who's in 3rd place and trying to pass him. Out across the line is Bono Huis, and he is sprinting away into the wall goes Patrick Holtzman. Patrick Holtzman coming together, I think, with an Andretti and ending up in the barriers. That looks like it may be the end of the German driver's race, unfortunately for him. Side-by-side battles up in front, but The race leader at the end of the first lap is Bono Huis, and he has really started to sprint clear from the rest of the pack. Still in second place is Felix Rosenqvist. So Da Costa was, look, here goes Holtzman, taps it back across in front of Da Costa.
Yeah,
Da Costa could do.
Da Costa was completely innocent party there.
Lucy, Carroll, Greco, Benito. Actually, was Pakala pitted for Mahindra? I think the Mahindra car's gone from this queue, hasn't he? So Ollie Pakala may well have come into the pits then, having been running before that in sixth position. So Ollie Pakala in the pits.
Right at halfway there. He's sort of starting to make that choice there. I wonder if he's getting damage.
But he'll now think, right, I've got some clear air, I can attack instead of being caught up behind the cars in front. Look how close Graham Carroll is now to the back of Alexiusi Akala. And look at this, three wide, Graham Carroll, Alexiusi and David Greco, and they're all up into the wall. What a massive accident that is. 3 sim racers wiped out, coming down into the first corner. This is on board with Graham Carroll, so he thinks he's made it.
No, he's already been clipped.
The two behind collide and go spearing into him. Who's going to be released first? Oh, the Mahindra was released first of Felix Rosenqvist, but not quite enough. He's going to be very, very tight on the back of Bono Huis, and they can get caught for speeding in the pit lane, of course, as well as they come through the left-hander here. There is the pit limit line.
Right there, yeah. But you've got to negotiate this really tight right-hander coming up.
Well, they both make it out and through, and out back onto the circuit. So Bono Huis, where's Ollie Pakala? Where's Ollie Pakala in the other Mahindra? That is going to be the question. According to those timing screens, that timing tower on the left-hand side, he's managed to take the lead of the race. We will find him on the circuit.
He's leading. He's just gone through the sector 1. He is leading the race.
Wow. What speed from Ollie Pakala. That early pit stop seems to have leapfrogged him in front of Bono Huis and Felix Rosenqvist.
20.4 first sector. He is absolutely flying. The problem he's got now, though, he's got a little traffic ahead.
And they're coming towards the line now. The checker flag is getting ready.
He's done it, Jack.
It is. It's the victory for Ollie Pakala as they come across the line. What a superb race that was. Here's a look at Ollie Pakala, who has just won the $200,000.
An incredible weekend, the largest ever race for esports, $1 million prize pool.
Just after the race, news broke that stewards had discovered a technical issue which gave an unfair advantage to Ollie Pakala. It meant the Finn was given a 12-second time penalty, which moved him from first to third, leaving Bono Huis the new champion. So, Bono, how does it feel to actually have that first place trophy in your hand now?
It feels amazing. I got a really good start and pulled away pretty well at the start. Just first few laps, really nailed that, and then just kept increasing the gap until I hit a back marker. He first held me up for like 2 laps, and then we actually made contact, and that really destroyed my car a bit. And after that, it was really difficult to keep Felix behind because he was like a second behind. So I was a bit worried about that, but I brought it home. Amazing.
Oh, well, congratulations, you're the deserved winner, and now you can take that trophy home, although you might struggle getting it through customs. It's pretty heavy.
I need to get another bag.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very good. And no surprise, it's the race result dominating the chat on social media. Venturi's Mauro Engel, the first to pay tribute to winner Bono Huis and runner-up Felix Rosenqvist. The Mahindra driver is also happy to show the secret of his success, his homemade sim clearly paying off. FIA President Jean Todt also leads the plaudits for Huis and the whole Vegas experience. But the final word goes to the victor, wasting no time in spending some of his well-deserved prize money. Well, there's been some drama in Nevada, but you know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Join us next time when we'll have a roundtable special with some of Formula E's most exciting talent. And of course, we always want to hear from you. Give us a tweet at FIA Formula E. Right, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be an after-show party around here somewhere. Oh, taxi!